Hey, what is up, everybody? Darius the Nerd here, and welcome to some Star Wars motherfucking Battlefront motherfucking beta motherfucking gameplay. Anyways, yeah, so the beta for Battlefront dropped, I don't know, but it's ending today on October 12th, in which I'm playing it. Which by the time it'll upload it'll be October 19th. So yeah, don't ask me like, oh, can I still play it? Oh god, I need to get it, because it's over. But I mean, it'll be weird though if I do say that and they decide to extend it. But here's the thing, anyways. Basically, what I'm gonna do is just play a little bit for you guys, and sort of. I was gonna do a pre-recorded sort of thing, but I decided instead that I do like a live sort of commentary and review for you guys just about the beta. I forgot to do something actually. The sound is probably weird right now. That's because I was playing this with headphones on before. Oh no, it should be okay. It should be okay. I have it wide. Okay, I think it should be alright. It should sound okay. Hopefully it does. Hopefully everything comes out right in the capture. But yeah, anyways, let me check one more time. Alright. So yeah. Basically, that's all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna be talking about the game, sort of making comments here and there, and just sort of reviewing this off the top of the dome. Because, I mean, as far as all there is to talk about this game, there's not too much to talk about, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Because, well, I'll just lead that into my first point. The first point that I have about this game is that, honestly, considering this is made by DICE, am I wrong or am I right? I think I'm right about that. I think this is made by DICE. So, I will compare it to Battlefield Hardline. Now, I know the Battlefield Hardline beta, well, Battlefield Hardline in general is made by Visceral Games. I know that they're two different companies. However, I am going to use the Battlefield Hardline beta as comparison for this one. And basically my first criticism about this beta is that compared to the Battlefield Hardline beta, there is not a lot of shit to do in this game. Battlefield Hardline beta, I felt, had exponentially more things to do. There was multiple different modes. You could play Hotwire, you could play Heist, you could play Conquest Large, and I feel like they offered a lot more maps as well. But contrary to this game, you only have survival on one, which I think is Tatooine. You only have, I forgot what this map is called actually, even though I just saw it. But you have Drop Zone on this, and I think you also have Walker Assault on this map only. So you only got about 2 maps to play, and it's just, I don't know, it's not a lot of things that you can do. Did I get a headshot on that? Yes, I did, sir. Yes, I did get a headshot. But that's one of the things that really struck me about this beta, was that there is not a lot to do in the, oh fuck, I fucked up. I thought that was my cycler. There's just not a lot of things to do in this beta, which honestly I don't want to be nitpicky, but is one of the biggest things, like the biggest gripes I have about it. Like I said, Battlefield Hardline, looking back at that, there was so much you could do. I keep fucking throwing that. There's so much you could do with that beta. There was just a lot of different features you could get into. You could customize fully, customize your characters, customize your weapon loadouts. My fucking dog is barking because, yeah. Enemy units nearby. Fuck being considerate. I'm just kidding. But anyways, he stopped anyways. So, I just like the Battlefield Hardline, the reason why I loved it so much was that there is so much to do. It was damn near the whole game that was open to you. The maps were the only thing that were really limited to you. The maps and a few game modes that were withheld. But other than that, it really felt like there was a lot of things you could do in terms of gameplay. It wasn't feel like your progress was restricted. You could basically go as far as you want, get all the weapons that you want. Granted, the progress didn't carry over to the main game, but I mean, there's only so much you can ask. Yeah, I tried to get a triple kill. I mean, you really can't ask that. Then there wouldn't be any point of releasing the full game. They should have just released it as the beta, you know what I mean? And I feel like they took a lot of criticism that they got from the beta into consideration, and which is why I really believe that Battlefield Hardline is one of the best Battlefields to come out. There are a couple things that are in the main game that I don't know how they slipped the radar, but that's a topic for another time. But another worrying thing, I guess I'll get out the bad things I have about this game out of the way. Another one of the worrying concerns I have, and one that grows ever increasingly, is that get that triple kill! Die, bitch! Hell yeah, give me that triple. Edit. I'm sorry. It's live commentary thing. But one of the other worrying concerns I have about this game is how close that we are to the release of this motherfucking game. Because there's literally, I'd say, less than a month before this game is released. Maybe more than a month, per se. I think it's a little bit over a month. But I feel like Battlefield Hardline, again, drawing back comparison, had adequate time to make improvements to the main game because it just had a lot of time in between it, you know what I mean? I feel like there was a good buffer between the beta time and release, even with the multiple extensions that the beta got. I feel like all that did was really offer a lot of feedback and a lot of more time for growth I missed. But the fact that, one, this beta is so short with no signs of, or any news or any hints like we might extend this beta or anything like that. No sort of developer feedback. DICE really hasn't said much, just besides the general, thanks for playing the beta, guys. I just sort of feel like the time they're giving for feedback isn't that great. And considering, one, the beta is so short, it came out at a really odd time. I can't speak for everybody, but especially for me, it came out at a really odd time, considering it was just a really busy week, and I really didn't have time to play it. But also, it was just, I don't know, it seemed very odd. There was only like 4 days, I think, it's been out, with this being the last day, and it's just, I just really can't see how much they can do with such a short time between development. Granted, a little over a month is still a really long time considering how hard a lot of game developers work. But then you have to consider how much time and effort it takes to make a really quality product. And that is a little bit worrying. You see games, every Grand Theft Auto takes about 6 years to come out. You think that's long. And they usually end up really, really polished. But it's just, that's one of the things I have to look at, is that I know I don't want to underestimate the ability of the developers at DICE and just EA and everything. Fuck EA, but you know. But I also have to go into consideration if they really want to make this like a love letter to Star Wars fans. I feel like maybe putting the beta out a little bit earlier would have been suffice for that. I feel like the timing is odd on this. But besides not a lot of content to really dabble in, not a lot of feedback to offer really, and again I'll touch on that one more time, in terms of the lack of content, I feel like that to me is the biggest complaint I have, because I feel like if you really want a lot of feedback and you really want a standpoint on where to go to make the game better than it is, I feel like the amount of things that you allow your players to do should be greatly expanded. Like, you really can't do shit in this beta besides play a couple modes here and there on, again, one map for each mode. And, well, actually one map for 2 modes and one map for another. It's just, seems like a waste of a product, considering that it should be at the point where almost all the modes should be available for testing and stress testing, especially stress testing. Almost all the modes should be available for that. Almost all the features should be available. Really just customization. You can't even customize your character, how they look or anything like that. You can't really see anything. And I hate to keep bringing it back, but I mean, it's just a really great comparison. Battlefield Hardline really offered so much for players that they could really get a feel on if they were going to want this game by the time it came out. While Battlefront really just gives you an idea and sort of a concept of, is it good or not? It doesn't really give you, like, is it worth my time sort of sense. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but that's how I feel about the game so far. But enough about the negative things, on to the good. Now, did you like how I broke that up with a sip of coffee for dramatic effect? But anyways, now onto the good things. First off, if you're looking at this gameplay, the graphics are beautiful. Okay, now the graphics are fucking phenomenal. This is by far one of the best looking games of this year. Especially for something as chaotic and hectic as a first-person shooter, something that you're more focusing on the action and gameplay rather than the scenery. I feel like they took such a lot of time crafting. I am getting fucked up. They took a lot of time crafting the just the aesthetic and the just visual appeal that Star Wars has. Like, I mean, look at this land. I'm gonna spend some time not playing the fucking game. Like, just look at the drawscape. Like, all of this is playable. You can go here and everything, but like, even the places you can't go, like, look in the sky. You see battles going on and everything like that. You see just far out lands, just more far out of the planet. Just, I mean, look at the sky battles. It's crazy. Like, it really is crazy. And just the places here, like the textures on the rock, for crying out loud, and just the areas in general, the landscape, this whatever the fuck this thing I don't really know what it is, honestly. But this thing looks cool, you know? It's just, there's a lot of features that really make it, and a lot of aspects that make it feel like you're in a motherfucking Star Wars firefight. And it feels like you're in the Star Wars universe. It's just the models on the stormtroopers. I mean, look at them. They look fantastic. What I think I might do, I might go into survival. I may not. I don't know. I'll decide by the end. But to show you a different map as well. I might do it after this. But it's just the details on the graphics, and not only the graphics, actually the audio of this game. Playing this game with headphones is really a treat. There are some audio glitches here and there that are like kind of really potent. It's like you'll notice them. Like just sort of cutouts and just sort of like some sounds sound drowned out and everything, and delays. There's a couple factors about the audio, which again sort of makes the audio visual aspect, like the visuals are great, but then it's like the sound problems and glitches sort of like distract you from the whole package. I'm getting my ass kicked vigorously. Well, god damn, this is horrible. What am I? Damn, 1 in 5. Good God, I know. Katie doesn't matter, you fucking 12-year-old Call of Duty fanboy, faggot ass, bitch ass. But yeah, the graphics are great, the visuals are great, like the sounds sound authentic as hell. It sounds like you're, again, really on a Star Wars. It sounds like you're really on a Star Wars battlefield and are just in the middle of this firefight. It's great. I mean, as far as authenticity, this is probably one of the biggest and best sort of examples in terms of licensed property games, you know what I mean? Like, just everything is so well crafted, and you could tell they really cared about the content and the sort of the base content and the lore and just everything about this game. It just feels like they really cared about the license of Star Wars, and it just really goes to show. The detail is really what stands out. The gameplay is smooth. Now moving on to other things, the gameplay is really solid. I will say this, however, it does not feel like Battlefront. And the problem is that I can't put my finger on why. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't necessarily feel like a reskinned Battlefield to me. It's not that copy and paste, but at the same time, it doesn't have that Battlefront soul. It doesn't have the things that made Battlefront Battlefront. Like, I really can't put my finger on why this is, but it just doesn't seem like it should really have the name Battlefront. Because in my opinion, it's not really a Battlefront. I think one of the biggest reasons why this doesn't feel like Battlefront is, for one, there's only first person, which makes it feel very battlefieldy and like Star Wars Battlefield more than Star Wars Battlefront. But another aspect is that you can only play as human characters. Bitch, take that. You can only play as human characters, as far as I know. I haven't seen any droid gameplay, any ISS, or did I say that wrong? ISS. I don't even think that's the thing. CIS or something like that. The droids. I haven't seen you play as the droids. And I said stormtroopers. No, that's actually correct. Okay. Never mind. But you can play as the Empire and all that stuff. You can play as Stormtroopers. Play as the Rebels. As a matter of fact, and you know what? I can't even really think off the top of my finger, and I'm gonna sound like, oh, you fake ass fucking Star Wars bitch. Whatever. My thing is, there in Battlefront, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You have multiple different factions you can play as. You can play as the Rebels. You can play as the Empire. And granted, it was 4, but they were really fucking cool. You can play as the Empire. You can play as the Rebels. You can play as the droids. You can play as I'm trying to think the counter of the Empire. It wasn't the clones, I don't think. It wasn't the Stormtroopers, because that's what the Empire soldiers are called. I'll put it on the screen when I finally put my finger on what the goddamn name is, but I swear I'm gonna feel so stupid when I figure it out. Was it the clones? I have no idea. Anyways, I'm gonna move on from that aspect, but there's just different people you could play as. And another thing, I think, as I'm getting to the bottom of why this feels very un-Battlefrontish, is that there is no, they changed it from a class-based system to a, I caught up. From a class-based system to a, basically your generic first-person shooter, create a class system. And, oh, god damn, that was sexy. And that's one of the things I feel like they shouldn't have done. And when they kind of battlefieldified it, I really feel like that's one of the major, these glaring aspects of how they battlefieldified it, is that they went back to the class-based system. They use this thing called cards, which is honestly it's cool in concept and whatever, but it's I don't know. It's just sort of like it's masked too hard to be something it's not when it's clearly what it is, which is just like the perk system or the pick 10 system from Call of Duty. But it instead made, like, I don't know, like more complicated. It's weird. It's like, you know how you got your grenades and you got your flashbangs in Call of Duty, or you're throwing knives, It's like that, except with a lot more different gadgets. And it's weird because they have it at ranks, and you would think with the name cards that you can mix and match different ones, a lot of different ones, like the pick 10, but it's not. It's just it's really just like your primary and secondary throwing item or gadget or whatever. So it's just confusing on why it seems like they're trying to be complex, more complex than it really is. I'd rather them just say like primary and secondary gadget rather than cards. Like so honestly, that's a little bit weird. But yeah, like, I would really prefer them to have gone back to the class system. And just looking at the cards, as a matter of fact, you can look at your hand here. You got your cycler rifle. I got a thermal detonator. I got an ion grenade. You can pick. You can unlock all of these. But your hand is what it really comes down to. And granted, look, here's another thing. They show 3 cards. You can only pick 2. I don't what the first one is. I don't fucking know. I don't know what the third one is, honestly, but I'm not at that rank yet, so it doesn't matter. And then as far as cards, looking at the ones that, I don't know if they're just showing these for the beta or anything, but not a lot of variety. You got a grenade, you got a sniper type thing, a one-shot sniper type thing. It's not one shot, it recharges, but you got it's like EMP type thing. You got another EMP grenade. You got a jetpack. You got a personal bubble shield. And you got some sort of perk. It's underwhelming at least. I'll say that. Not at least. I'll say it is definitely underwhelming. Let me go ahead and buy this thingy. But yeah, it's definitely like an odd choice for for a perk system, because it's just pretty underwhelming compared to other things. Again, and you can't customize your appearance. It's not available in beta. Would have been really cool to see what kind of options they had. Oh, look at Boba. It would have been really cool to see what kind of options they have as far as customization. And again, it's one of the things, like, they seem to leave a lot out of this game that would really, you know what, motherfucker? Yeah, I will. How likely would I recommend this game to a friend? Honestly, 7. It's okay. Pick up to 3 answers. there's no fucking vehicles. Well, maybe I will. Maybe I'll play different. Multiplayer does not meet my expectations. Motherfucking mission doesn't. And you know why I'm saying this? You know why I'm saying this? It's because they don't show me enough for me to give a better answer. It really doesn't. Now let's go to survival. Survival Tatooine. Normal is the only one you can do. And after this, I'm gonna show you. I just really want to show you a little bit, so I'm gonna play a round or two. But after this, I want to show you all the stuff that they have cut out of the game, and then I'm gonna play Walker Assault because I haven't done that. So, anyways, to continue on with why I feel the gameplay is a little bit un-Battlefront-ish is that I already talked about there's no third person. It's only it's only first person. You can go to third person. Fuck that shit. You can go to third person only. Here it is. Only when you taunt or do a gestures when you go into third person. I was pretty like, fuck this game when that happened. I mean, just look at the graphics though. Like, seriously, this is the best compliment I can give this game, is that it looks, look at this. It looks like you're in the movie. It looks like you're watching a movie in real life. This looks like a still. Like, God, it's so beautiful. But again, it does have its problems. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat and like oogle over this game. It's got great graphics, yes. It's got great audio, yes. But when it really comes down to it, I'm not impressed by this beta. I'll put it at that. I am not impressed by this beta. Basically, what I've got from this beta is things I've seen at Gamescom and just other game conferences, and just now I have a chance to play it. And like, while it's like, oh, that's cool, I get to play for myself. Yeah, it is. But at the same time, I wanted to experience something different. Now that I have a chance to, this shit is beast. Now that I have Now that I have a chance to play it by myself, I would want a ability to experience something different, you know what I mean? Like, that's one of the things that I think really bothers me with this beta, is that it's not anything I haven't seen in the gameplay demos, you know what I mean? It's just, it's the same shit I've seen in the gameplay demos, it's just now I'm playing it, you know what I mean? It's like, after you've seen it, here's the thing, I feel differently about this for certain games, but for a multiplayer shooter, multiplayer FPS that only offers survival and multiplayer, watching it and playing it is basically the same experience. Now, granted, for other games, story-based games, more like, I don't know, like BioShock, feel like you gotta play it to understand it. Last of Us, feel like you gotta play it to understand it. But like multiplayer shooters, I feel like you can get a lot by just looking at it. You know what I mean? And this is definitely one of those examples, especially now that I'm watching it and playing it. It's almost hand in hand, like what I really expected. It doesn't feel like anything different that I've played before. It feels very regular Battlefield-ish, and that's what I will say. It's not Battlefield in terms of its general, like presentation. But what I will say, to basically emphasize my point of how this is not Battlefront, I will say that it's not Battlefront at heart. It's Battlefield in its feel. You know what I mean? That is a motherfucking tongue twister. It is definitely Battlefield in its feel. Like when I'm playing this right now, I don't feel like I'm playing Battlefront 3. I feel like I'm playing Star Wars Battlefield. You know what I'm saying? And that is not like a major, like, fuck this game point. That is not like a major don't buy this shit. That is just the biggest thing I have to talk about. And my dog is barking again, so that's fun. But die, motherfucker. I just feel like that's one of the biggest things I have to point out about this game, is that it just feels like Battlefield. It doesn't have a very Battlefront sort of identity to it. It doesn't feel any, like, doesn't give me the same vibes I got from Battlefront. It really does not. It may be nostalgia blinders, but at the same time, I really do believe that there is nothing similar about this game in Battlefront other than it's Star Wars. Fuck off. Hell yeah. You know what I mean? It's just, I feel bad saying that because I know so much time went into this game, and I know a lot of people were hyping this game up, but here's the thing, man. I'm gonna be real with you. This game ain't Battlefront, motherfuckers. This game is Star Wars Battlefield. And here's the thing. I really want to go further with this game and try it out, like the full game, but they haven't given me any reason for me to do so with this beta. Like, I guess that's the best thing I can. Oh god, smack my pop filter. I smacked the hell out of it. Let me pause real quick. Come on, fix it. Fix, goddamn me. That's gonna have to do. But yeah, it's just they haven't given me any reason, honestly, for me to try out this game any further than what I've played. And it's sort of like Destiny. But here's the thing about Destiny. Like, I played the demo for Destiny. I was like, yeah, I've seen all I need to. I'm getting the same vibe with this game. However, the thing with Destiny is that with year 2, they have completely rehauled the game. With the launch of the Taken King, Destiny is barely the same game. Like, I swear that is a whole new game. It's like Destiny 2 was released. Like, I really don't understand how they fixed Destiny the way they did. Like, they did an amazing job. And I was talking to my friends. We're trying to get into Destiny now. But with this game, it getting me the same vibe. Will I come pick it up later? Hell yeah, I'll pick it up later. I'm definitely gonna have this game in my collection. But what I'm not gonna do is rush out and get this game day one. I'm not waiting in any fucking lines. I'm not going to any midnight releases for this shit. I'm gonna pick it up when I have the funds on me. And by funds, I don't mean $60. I mean, you know, like sale funds. When this shit goes down to 40, 30, I'll probably pick it up. But as of right now, my verdict for Battlefront Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront is that it's cool, but I definitely think it was a little bit overhyped. Well, mainly for me. And again, I'm gonna justify this. I'm gonna justify the fuck out of myself because I feel like I can, and because I feel like I have a reasonable explanation to do so. Like, I'm not just talking out of my ass. I actually have a reason for why I feel this way, and I know that I'm not speaking for everybody. So keep that in mind, because I totally understand that some people are fucking enthralled by this. But for me, I was expecting Battlefront 3. And one of the things that I sort of realized as this game was coming up to launch was that this is not going to be Battlefront 3. I had hopes that maybe I would be proven wrong, but I've been proven absolutely motherfucking right. It is not at all Battlefront 3. This is not what I expected. This is not the follow-up to the amazing franchise that Pandemic had going, and goddamn, rest in peace to Pandemic, because I feel like if they would have had their hands on this, I mean, imagine Battlefront 3 in this next generation, in this new generation of gaming. Like, goddamn, guys. Like, just thinking about what we could have had if we would have had Pandemic on the line and what we ended up getting with, I don't know, it's just sort of disappointing. And, like I'm saying, this game is not bad. This is not, fuck me, that hurt. This is not a bad game whatsoever. Like, I want that to be the biggest thing to get across in this video. This is not a bad game at all. This is a great game so far. Great shooter, in fact, and a great motherfucking Star Wars game in general. Like, compared to all Star Wars games besides the 2 original Battlefronts, this game is by far one of the best and most devoted licensed games I've seen. Just the craft and detail they put into it is amazing. However, compared to expectations and basically what I had hoped that it would be, and basically how I wanted this so bad to be the next Battlefront, it falls flat. And it sucks to say that, but I mean, I gotta keep it real with you. I'm not gonna be stuck in this game's dick like a lot of people are. Quite frankly, it doesn't deserve it. But you know what? I have one more thing. I literally have one more round to go. Don't touch that. I have to take out this AT-AT though, and that's gonna be a sticky situation. I gotta take out this AT-AT. I know this video has been running for pretty long. I've been babbling out the ass. But I'm almost done. I want to finish this, and then I want to show you just what I'm talking about with all the content that I feel like they sort of gypped us on. Shit.
We've captured the escape pod.
I died. Well, I tried to go no deaths, but you know, that's okay. Spend a life. Yeah, I haven't. Let me find this goddamn motherfucking AT-AT. Where the hell am I? First of all, there it is. Pew 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 pew. Die! Son of a bitch. Okay, that did not do enough. Alright. God damn, these things are strong. Whee! Alright. No. I don't want to die again. Let me chill out. I don't got my jetpack. Pew pew pew! Burn, bitch! Woo! Woo! I'm not gonna play that again. Alright, before I wrap this video up, it's a pretty good coffee. Before I wrap this up, yeah, thank you for playing, blah blah blah. Let me show you what just all the things so you can sort of understand what I'm saying. Why they like left out so much. You can't do training. You can't get an introduction to the core mechanics. So they're like, fuck you. You can't play this. You can't learn how to play. So basically, when you first play this game, you're thrown right in. Granted, I'm not gonna throw shade because Battlefront Hardline didn't have a tutorial either. I don't even think Battlefront Hardline has a tutorial in the main game. But anyways, they don't introduce you to the training, which I think, you know, would sort of be given in whatchamacallit in this game. Battles, you can't fight against the AI. You can't, like, you know, in Battlefront where you could fight against the AI and have like comm matches, which were fucking fun, like bots in Call of Duty, which they only have in Black Ops because that's Treyarch is the best. Can't do that in this game. You only have survival missions. In multiplayer, you only have 2 maps: Walker Assault and Drop Zone. I said 2 maps, 2 game modes. And 2 out of motherfucking 7? That is not a lot at all. I mean, just give us supremacy at least. 1 more, Jesus. And you don't have any sort of customization available. There's very little, very, and I will repeat, motherfucking very little weapons. There's 4 weapons. I know. Star Wars Universe isn't that motherfucking keen on a motherfucking weaponry, but no, shut up, because guess what? In Battlefront, guess what? You had a different weapon for every class. Every motherfucking class. Okay, so I don't want to hear anything about none of the weapons. Don't tell me that they can't handle weapons. Battlefront had so much content. And I know this video is so long. I know it is. I know this video is going to be long as hell. But Battlefront had so much content. I mean, just looking at this, and I'm getting frustrated looking at why this is not Battlefront 3. Because I'm not done. Okay, so anyways, the fact that Battlefront had so freaking much, dude, like, it is ridiculous. Like, you had the campaigns in Battlefront. You had so many different places you could go: interiors, exteriors, large battlefields, small battlefields. You had dogfighting maps. You had just so many different characters, hero characters like the Sith and just Jedi and the motherfucking General Grievous, and just so much stuff, dude. Like, it's so crazy. If you haven't yet, fuck off. I don't even know if I'm gonna put this whole Walker Assault thing in there, but I'm trying it. Just take away that so far, from what I played, Battlefront is disappointing. That's what I want you to take away. Got it? Good. The sound is probably weird right now. That's because I was playing this with headphones on before. Oh no, it should be okay. It should be okay. I have it wide. Okay, I think it should be alright. It should sound okay. Hopefully it does. Hopefully everything comes out right in the capture. But yeah, anyways, let me check one more time. Alright. So yeah. Basically, that's all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna be talking about the game, sort of making comments here and there, and just sort of reviewing this off the top of the dome. Cause I mean, as far as all there is to talk about this game, there's not too much to talk about, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Because, well, I'll just lead that into my first point. The first point that I have about this game is that you only have survival on one, which I think is Tatooine. You only have, I forgot what this map is called actually, even though I just saw it. But you have Drop Zone on this, and I think you also have Walker Assault on this map only. So you only got about 2 maps to play, and it's just, I don't know, it's not a lot of things that you can do. Did I get a headshot on that? Yes, I did, sir. Yes, I did get a headshot. But I just, that's one of the things that really struck me about this beta, was that there is not a lot to do in the, oh fuck, I fucked up. I thought that was my cycler. There's just not a lot of things to do in this beta, which honestly I don't want to be nitpicky, but is one of the biggest things, like the biggest gripes I have about it. Like I said, Battlefield Hardline, looking back at that, there was so much you could do. I keep fucking throwing that. There's so much you could do with that beta. There was just a lot of different features you could get into. You could customize fully, customize your characters, customize your weapon loadouts. My fucking dog is barking because, yeah. Enemy units nearby. Fuck being considerate. I'm just kidding. But anyways, he stopped anyways. So, I just like the Battlefield Hardline, the reason why I loved it so much was that there is so much to do. It was damn near the whole game that was open to you. Just, it really, the maps were the only thing that were really limited to you. The maps and a few game modes that were withheld. But other than that, it really felt like there was a lot of things you could do in terms of gameplay. It wasn't feel like your progress was restricted. You could basically go as far as you want, get all the weapons that you want. Granted, the progress didn't carry over to the main game, but I mean, there's only so much you can ask. Yeah, I tried to get a triple kill. I mean, you really can't ask that. Then there wouldn't be any point of releasing the full game. Honestly, considering this is made by DICE, am I wrong or am I right? I think I'm right about that. I think this is made by DICE. So, I will compare it to Battlefield Hardline. Now, I know the Battlefield Hardline beta, well, Battlefield Hardline in general is made by Visceral Games. I know that they're 2 different companies. However, I am going to use the Battlefield Hardline beta as comparison for this one. And basically my first criticism about this beta is that compared to the Battlefield Hardline beta, there is not a lot of shit to do in this game. Battlefield Hardline beta, I felt, had exponentially more things to do. There was multiple different modes. You could play Hotwire, you could play Heist, you could play Conquest Large, and I feel like they offered a lot more maps as well. But contrary to this game, hey, what is up everybody, Darius the Nerd here, and welcome to some Star Wars motherfucking Battlefront, motherfucking beta, motherfucking gameplay. Anyways, yeah, so the beta for Battlefront dropped, I don't know, but it's ending today on October 12th, in which I'm playing it, which by the time it'll upload it'll be October 19th. So yeah, don't ask me like, oh, can I still play it? Oh god, I need to get it, because it's over. But I mean, it'll be weird though if I do say that and they decide to extend it. But here's the thing, anyways. Basically, what I'm gonna do is just play a little bit for you guys, and you know, sort of. I was gonna do a pre-recorded sort of thing, but I decided instead that I do like a live sort of commentary and review for you guys just about the beta. I forgot to do something actually.